In 1933, the town of Black Mountain, North Carolina was changing. Industrialization was on the rise and agriculture was declining. Many rural residents were moving to the cities. Yet, tourism brought new visitors to the region, and federal programs such as the Tennessee Valley Authority and the Works Progress Administration were formed to alleviate rural poverty. In the fall of 1933, Black Mountain College opened at the Blue Ridge Assembly, a Christian conference center just outside the town of Black Mountain. John Andrew Rice wanted to create a unique structure for this new institution.
And they were able to engineer a deal where they were able to get a pretty good bargain renting the Blue Ridge Assembly during the academic year. They never had an endowment, of course. They never had a board of directors. They had approximately 1,200 students, but only 60 graduated. You didn't have to graduate.
The founders of the college felt that maintaining freedom and autonomy were essential to the college's success. Towards that end, they had no outside governing board of trustees. The college was owned and operated by the faculty. Even though students were given grades, they were not told what those grades were, so that the process of learning at Black Mountain College was very self-directed. The arts were central to the curriculum, rather than existing on the periphery, as was more common in education at the time. The arts were central and actually on an even footing with every other subject in the liberal arts curriculum.
John Andrew Rice, the founder of Black Mountain College, wanted students to grapple with issues in his classes, grapple with understandings of what art was, what democracy is, why we should study the Greek philosophers. But he wanted them to do that in a very active and practical way. For him, the classroom was this kind of fascinating laboratory in building a community.
At the same time Rice was setting up Black Mountain College, Hitler was rising to power in Germany. As Rice looked for faculty who could integrate art into his institution, he learned of Joseph and Annie Albers, who fled Germany after the Nazis shut down the Bauhaus School of Design.
So in many ways, the Nazis took a broad assault on all kinds of modernist forms, from art to architecture and so on and so forth, and obviously Bauhaus was part of this entire mix. So we have, in fact, an initial exodus in the first year of Nazi dictatorship building, which is of course throughout 1933, of roughly 37 through 38,000 German Jews.
Another really important factor, particularly in the early to middle years of the college, were that refugees from Europe were welcomed to the college. Even though it was always very small, they understood what was going on in the world at large and provided safe haven for people fleeing, particularly the European refugees. The first refugees to come to the college were Joseph and Annie Albers, and they stayed for many years and really established the model for Black Mountain College that they brought over from the Bauhaus in Germany. Another important factor that separated Black Mountain College from other schools at the time was the work program. Students and faculty participated in this work program, which was essential to the operation of the college. But not only was it essential in that practical way, they saw it as essential in an educational way, that the whole idea of learning by experience was carried out in this manner, where students worked on different crews. They went to the Black Mountain train station and shoveled coal. They maintained roads, they cut wood, they worked on the farm, harvesting, planting, dealing with the animals. So that was another very, very important thing that set the college apart, both in terms of the education and in terms of keeping the college going.
And then Rice left amidst controversy and scandal. I think he officially resigned in July of 1939. By that time, the Lake Eden property had already been secured.
John Rice's vision for Black Mountain College was ambitious. Even though he departed amid controversy, he left behind a set of dedicated faculty and students that were capable of carrying on. Rice's educational innovations at Black Mountain set the stage for the college to become a major influence in arts and education.